Hello everyone, welcome back to Azure Z2H series. Last video we discussed about cloud and virtualization. We also explored private cloud, public cloud and hybrid cloud. In this video, we'll understand what is difference between infrastructure as a service, platform as a service and software as a service. In case if you missed my last video, you can find the link of same in below description. Let's move further to understand these three concepts. These three concepts, which is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, it's nothing but who manages what. So to understand this in detail, we will take one example, the same example where it's a startup or you started your own business and suppose you want to build your website. Now what options you have? Um, option one, you get storage, you get uh, servers, you get operating system license, you configure that server, configure the network, configure the storage, install operating system on top of it, and then install maybe IaaS role along with SQL, and then deploy your website, by the domain, and then assign some public IP address to your website, and this is how you will manage. But if you observe, you are doing everything from scratch. You are getting the hardware, you're configuring everything, and then you're deploying the website. And definitely, as a startup, it's kind of overhead for you to build this IT infrastructure from scratch. So that's where advantages of cloud computing comes in picture. So you can go one step ahead where you just you don't need to worry about getting hardware, getting network devices, getting storage devices. You can get these things from your cloud provider. If you talk about Azure, Microsoft will give you the hardware. It will take care of data center operations. It will take care of power, security of data center operation. It just you have to create virtual machine on top of it. You will select the operating system, whatever VM you want to create, and then you will install IaaS role and then configure SQL and deploy your website. So in this case, you're getting rid of management of these three components like managing hardware. So this is nothing but infrastructure as a service. You're getting infrastructure from vendor, where vendor is going to manage all hardware for you. In this PPT, you can see the green part says what you are going to manage if you go for infrastructure as a service, and what cloud provider will manage in infrastructure as a service. So probably this is option two, where it's more feasible. Maybe you don't have idea about hardware and all how to configure. You can leverage this, but definitely it demands some more understanding of operating system and how you configure your website. If we explore further, we have something like platform as a service, where most of the things will be taken care by cloud provider. So suppose Azure will take care of even hardware, then it will take care of virtual machine, it will take care of operating system, patches, everything. It will give you platform which is needed for executing your website. So if I want to correlate these terminologies in Azure, maybe you can use SQL in Azure, where you will just create database, and you will get the connection string of database and configure that in your website or in your code. So you're not worried about procuring hardware, installing operating system on it, and managing patches, all those things. So it just platform you are getting, and you are configuring that platform for your use. So web app is another example where you can just deploy your application or code. You don't need to worry about anything than your code. So it's okay if you don't have any expertise on operating system or patches, security updates and all. You can go for platform as a service. So this was option three. Um, then we have something like software as a service, where it's you have some software defined, and you can just use that. So if I want to give you some example of software as a service, it's say Office 365. So if you think, all the things, right? Storage, network, hardware, operating system, everything will be managed by cloud provider. And only what you are going to do is only using that software. Best example for software as a service is, imagine a scenario where um, you you don't have anything installed on your laptop or your desktop, right? Excel or Word. However, if I send you some Word document, and if you just click on that Word document, in the browser itself, it will open that document for you, even though there is no Word or Office 365 product installed in your system. So that is something software as a service. Everything is bundled, everything is ready, just you are using it. So that's what software as a service. I believe with this example, it's more clear now. What is the difference between infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service? You can, I have just added these things in graphical way. The same thing what we discussed here, and example of platform as a service, software as a service, and infrastructure as a service. So just to summarize, it's nothing but what kind of management you're going to perform and what is going to taken care by cloud provider. Thanks everyone. Stay tuned for more Azure related videos. You can subscribe this page so that you don't miss any update from this channel. Thank you once again.